Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone, how are you and welcome back to this channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this easy and two colors beautiful drawstring pouch. This is what it looks like. The material I used for making this project are two different colors of polyester threads, a 2.5mm crochet hook, a stitch marker, this one is an optional, tapestry needle, and a pair of scissors. I start this project with a slip knot. After that, make 32 plus 2 chains. The total chains are 34. I have made 32 chains, then 2 additional chains. 1, 2. Okay, the total amount of chains are 34. Then make first normal half double crochet and the third chain from the hook. Make 1 half double crochet in each of the chain stitches until in the second chains from the slip knot. This one is the second chains from the slip knot. Make 1 half double crochet in this stitch. Then make 4 half double crochet in the first stitch from the slip knot. 4 half double crochet in this first stitch from the slip knot. After that, make 1 half double crochet in every chain stitch and 2 half double crochet in the last stitch. The next one is the last stitch. 2 chains and half double crochet represented 2 half double crochet, so we just need to add 2 more half double crochet in the same stitch. So amount of the half double crochet in this last stitch are also 4. After that, make slip stitch on the top of the normal half double crochet. When the slip stitch is met on the top of this normal half double crochet, the position of hook will be on the top of the 2 chains. Then, to start a new round, start with 2 chains, then make 1 half double crochet in the next 1 stitch. After this, make 1 half double crochet in every stitches. The amount of half double crochet of this round are also 68. This one is the last stitch of this round, and this one is the last half double crochet. The next one stitch is not the last stitch of this round, just ignore it. When you are here, you need to directly make a slip stitch on the second of the 2 chains. Find the second of the 2 chains and make a slip stitch here. After this, I will make the main pattern. I start with 2 chains which are considered as 1 half double crochet, then 1 normal half double crochet in the same stitch. This main pattern is made of a pair of half double crochet. skip this stitch, go to the next one stitch and make 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. Repeat again, skip this stitch, go to the next one stitch and make 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. Again, skip one stitch, go to the next one stitch and make 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. Repeat this pattern to complete this round. This one is the last stitch, and make 2 half double crochet in it. Then find the 2 chain and make a slip stitch in it. Make a slip stitch in the second of the 2 chain, which is here. After this, I will make a round 2 of the main pattern. Start with 1 chain, then make 1 half double crochet in this stitch. Another half double crochet in the same stitch. Skip one stitch and find the next one space. Make 2 half double crochet in this space. Then find the next one space and make 2 half double crochet in it. Again, go to the next one space and make 2 half double crochet in it. Repeat this pattern to complete this second round. This one is the last space. Make 2 half double crochet in this space. Then find a stitch on the top of the first half double crochet and make slip stitch in it. Okay, it's done. Then to start the new round, start with chain 1, then make 2 half double crochet in this space. 1, 2. The pattern is similar. Go to the next one space and make 2 half double crochet in it. Find the next one space again. Make 2 half double crochet in the same space. Repeat again. Find the next one space and make 2 half double crochet. Repeat this pattern to complete these rounds and repeat the similar pattern until you get the height you desire. I have made pairs of half double crochet as much as 16 rounds. Each round consists of 34 pairs. This one is the last pairs of half double crochet. Then I'll make a slip stitch on the top of the first half double crochet using another thread. This one is light purple. The main pattern in this light purple features half double crochet. I start with 2 chains which represent as 1 half double crochet. But for this first round, I will make 1 back loop half double crochet in every stitch. This means that I will make 1 back loop half double crochet in each of the stitches to complete this round, only this first round. So the amount of back loop half double crochet of this round are 68. Okay, to make your work easier for you, better you cut this yarn tail, then tie them off together. Then continue the work to complete this round. This one is the last back loop half double crochet of this round. Make slip stitch on the second of the 2 chains, which is here. Then make 2 chains. These 2 chains are considered as 1 half double crochet. Then make 1 half double crochet in every stitch. I will make first 12 rounds of half double crochet using light purple. This one is the second round. And this one is the 12th round. 1 stitch left. Then slip stitch in the second of the 2 chains, which is here. Well everyone, this is what the combination of the 2 different purple shades looks like. It's so amazing and looks so gorgeous. But before I continue the work, I will put some stitch markers on the top of the projects to mark the position of some hole that I will make for the drawstring ropes. The distance between these 2 stitch markers are 13. The distance between these 2 are 7. This one are 8. 7. This one are 13. Then back to 7, 8, 7 and 13. Now I will continue the work. I start with 2 chains, which represent as 1 half double crochet. Make 1 half double crochet in each of the stitches until at the second stitch before the stitch marker. This one is the second stitch before the stitch marker. Take off the stitch marker. Make 2 chains. Skip these 2 stitches. Make 1 half double crochet in each of the next stitches until the second stitch from the next stitch marker. This one is the second stitch from the next stitch marker. Repeat the previous action. You need to ignore these 2 stitches, but firstly you need to take off the stitch marker. Then make 2 chains. Skip these 2 stitches and make 1 half double crochet in the next 1 stitch. Then repeat the previous action to complete these rounds. This one is the last hole I'm gonna make for this round. Firstly, I will take off the stitch marker. 2 chain. Then I will skip these 2 stitches and make 1 last half double crochet. The total hole of these rounds are 8. This one is the last half double crochet then I will find the second of the 2 chains to make a slip stitch in it. Okay, it's complete. After this, I will start the new round. I start with 2 chains which are considered as 1/2 double crochet, then I will make 1/2 double crochet on the top of the previous half double crochet. Three half double crochet in this space. One half double crochet on the top of the previous half double crochet. Three half double crochet in the space. Repeat this action to complete this round, so the total amount of half double crochet are 68. This is what they look like. Repeat a similar action to complete this round. This one is the last hole. Fill it with 3 half double crochet. Then make slip stitch in the second of these 2 chains. Make 2 chains to start the new round. These 2 chains are considered as 1/2 double crochet. Then make 1/2 double crochet in every stitches. Amount of half double crochet are 68 in total. Make 6 rounds of half double crochet above the hole. This one is the second round. And this one is the 6th round. This one is last half double crochet of the 6th round. After this, I will make a slip stitch on the second of these 2 stitches. For the final touch, I will make a picot stitch. I will start with 1 chain followed by 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Then 3 more single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Make a picot stitch above this 4th single crochet. This picot stitch is made of 3 chains. Insert the hook into these 2 loops, then complete the picot stitch. Make 4 more single crochet in the next 4 stitches. Make a picot stitch on the top of the 4th single crochet. Make it like this. Insert the hook into these 2 loops. Grab the yarn to complete the picot stitch. Repeat this action to complete this round. This one is the last picot stitch. Make a picot stitch on this single crochet. Insert the hook into these 2 loops, grab the yarn and complete the picot stitch. Finally, end it with a slip stitch on the top of the first single crochet, like this. Then cut the yarn off. Pull the yarn off to get it fastened. Then you can have these yarns throughout the pattern, either using tapestry needle or using smaller crochet hook. Finally, attach the drawstring rope on the project. This drawstring rope is made of 2 threads together and is made using 112 chain. When you are attaching the drawstring rope, you need to ensure that the right and the left part of this drawstring pouch must be under the drawstring rope, not above it. so you need to carefully attach it. Okay, done. This is the first drawstring rope. We'll attach the second one. I start from this side. I will attach it through this hole. Okay, done. This is what the drawstring rope looks like. To make it look more gorgeous, I will attach a large wooden beads on each pair of the drawstring rope like this. Then, I will tie these two drawstring ropes together. You can also do it like this. Finally, this beautiful and two colors drawstring pouches are ready, and this is what it finally looks. Well everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. See you again on the next video. Have a good day and happy crochet. Assalamualaikum.